We know very little about the current climate of the high mountains, and there's no substitute for getting in there and actually putting weather stations in place.
The movement of water is so important to the Amazon, from the Atlantic all the way to the glaciers and the tropical Andes.
We use this term water towers to refer to mountains where a lot of water is stored in the form of snow and in glaciers.
Azongate is the highest peak in southern Peru. From a water tower perspective, it's very important.
Azongate, being one of the highest points in the Amazon basin, gives us a really good observing platform to better understand what the impact of climate change will be on that whole rainforest.
Tom Matthews and I met as part of the 2019 National Geographic and Rolex expedition, installing a network of 5 weather stations on Mount Everest. But Azongate presented some new challenges. So the Cholitas Escaladores, these guides, were critical team members on our expedition. There's this 200-meter wall even to get up to the upper mountain that is pretty daunting. We had just topped out the top of this 200-meter wall. A storm came in.
La bienvenida! Welcome to Azongate.
The next day, once we got to the summit plateau, we had to dig nearly 2.5 meters to set the base of the weather station tripod. Digging that amount at 6,300 and almost 50 meters, it takes a toll. Then we had to plan for 2 meters of snow accumulation, which meant that everything had to be at least 2 meters above the ground. Getting back to Cusco and actually being able to see the first 3 days of data that had been successfully transmitted. Part of it's a sigh of relief, but the other part of it's just this curiosity. It's like, okay, well, how cold did it get? How much did it snow? How high were the winds? We've learned some pretty remarkable things. The intensity of the sunshine is as high as anywhere else that's ever been measured. This intensity means that even above 6,000 meters, these glaciers are going to be very close to the tipping point.
To know that they're accruing all the time, you're learning more, is tremendously satisfying. The price you pay is the fear that the transmission is going to be cut because these stations face extraordinary conditions. To better understand the water cycle in the Amazon, we need that whole picture. That's the driver behind the effort to go and put these weather stations in these hard-to-reach places.